Okay, all right, now I'm back. All right, everyone jumping in. All right, there's, let's see, Xander Boys. I got Fermoni. I've got, oh man, here we go. We're all coming in. We're all coming in hot, everybody. We're coming in hot. Okay, so let's get Sean here on the line. So let me text Sean to jump on. Okay, he might already be there. Okay, so let's see. Well, I'm getting Sean in here. Let's see. Okay. Okay, there's Sean. I'm not going to give you his phone number. Okay. So, Sean should be here in just a second, so we're going to get him on. Oh, there he is. All right, everybody. Here he comes. And the myth. I'm not sure if he's going to have a mustache or not, but we're going to find out here in just a second. All right, waiting for Sean. 3, 2.
Working.
Bam! It
There
worked.
we go.
I'm 2 for 2, baby. 2 for
Hello.
2.
Yo, yo.
Yo, 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 yo. What's up, my brother?
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy, howdy. All right. Okay, so let's talk, Sean. Let's first talk about the fight. The fight.
Mm-hmm.
I say capital T, capital H, capital E. The fight that CJ Nowak put together for you. Those final 2 episodes. What'd you think? Because I know I was watching all the rehearsals, everything. You were a beast. You did most of that. What people don't know, that was you doing the stunts.
Yeah.
So talk about, you had the blindfold on, but you still had to fight. How'd that work?
Well, the blindfold was like super, super thin, like fabric, so I could see through it pretty much. It wasn't anything like special. It wasn't anything like movie magic. It was just thin cloth that I could see through because it was right up against my eyes. But yeah, I think we went with most of the takes where I was fighting because we did have someone fill in for me, like the back. I can't do a backflip, I can tell you that. But for the most of that, I think we went with most of the stuff that was just me, and that was a lot of fun. Like the rehearsal days were fun, early in the morning, but had a lot of fun with it.
Yes, they were. I know.
Little unsure at first, but it was pretty straightforward once we got to the end of it.
Did you ever when you went back home, were you like in front of the mirror and like were you doing the moves, or was it always just kind of like, keeping it at work? Keeping
it at work.
I can see you at home, standing in front of the mirror, just like, okay, here I go.
There I go.
Doing it that way?
No, definitely didn't do it in front of the mirror. Definitely kept it at work. What happens at work stays at work.
That would have been so awesome. Some video of that. Okay, full confession, and I know Chris is on here, and I'm just going to let the whole world know this. So we did that crazy stunt where we threw Jeffrey through the bookcase, right?
Yeah.
So that opened up a hole so that when the bookcase fell over, it was going to fall over you. I think we measured it. I
don't think we measured it.
I can't remember if we did.
We never even rehearsed it. We never rehearsed it, dude.
Yeah.
I think maybe Vince maybe did it once. I'm not sure. I don't even think we did ever rehearse it.
No, look, we all just kind of figured, look, we're at the end.
If anything happens.
It was reasonably.
We got the takes we needed with him. If anything happens, we're fine. We can always CGI him.
I'll tell you what, I have to say, when that happened, we set it up and I was like, well, I called, rolling, and we were all going, waiting for Steve to yell action. And it was like, well,
this is the end.
Okay, here we go. It was just like, oh man. And when it fell and you went, that was lucky. It was like, oh gosh, thank you. It worked. I think Vince.
Didn't we only do one take of that? I think we didn't. We only did one take of that.
One take. Yeah, no. It was that was a one take wonder.
Yeah.
All right, I want to ask you about, because you posted it this morning, the stash.
Yes.
Stash.
Yes.
What's funny is you were what, 17 when we did Otto? How old were you with that episode?
As I said, maybe
16, 17?
No, I wasn't 16. I was definitely 17.
Okay, 17. I mean, very rare people on this planet can wear a stash. I mean, it really is. It's an art. You have to have a face for it.
Yeah.
You walked out the first time with that stash on, and everyone was just like, I mean, look at this guy. Look at this guy. You set the tone for a whole generation of mustache people. I mean, it looked awesome, man.
Thank you. Yeah, that was as much as I would love to have grown it naturally, because it was kind of those fake mustaches and beards are like they're not the most comfortable thing, but it definitely was like fun. It definitely didn't look like a fake beard. Like it definitely looked pretty good in terms of like how as far as they go. But yeah, that was fun. It was kind of fun, you know, joking around, kind of being that character in a way.
Oh, you could have worn that out of the studio. I'm not so sure you didn't.
No.
You could have worn it out of the studio. And there's Ryan Grassmeyer. Give him a decade, he'll be Tom Selleck. He is Tom Selleck. He's already got it now. Tom Selleck is jealous. He wishes Magnum looked that good. No, we loved it. Everyone talked about it. I remember when you came out, even Chris was like, yeah. Look, I mean, you were just like, everyone was just like, man, dude, it looked good. It looked really good. All right, so a lot of questions here that keep piling in on me. So let's see here. Let me see if I can find some stuff for you. Okay. What was your biggest? Let's see, Sean. Oh, okay. Well, here, let's throw it out there because that's always what everyone says. So, Sean, what was your favorite episode to film in season 5? So 5's the key here, and you only have 40 to choose from.
Only 40. And it's not like, you know, they just kind of go in one year and out the other half the time. It's kind of like, you know, we're just constantly filming it. You're just like, what happened last week? God. I don't know. The finale was fun. I think all in all, doing the finale, this is definitely was the entirety of it. Like, granted, that's like 4 episodes technically, but I definitely think the finale was definitely, I think, the most fun we've had, especially with the mood. I mean, it wasn't like a somber mood, but it was definitely like we all knew it was coming to an end. And we just had as much fun as possible.
When was the moment? I think I asked Michael this yesterday. I forgot to ask Ella actually. When did it? Chris always says, what was the moment when you realized, okay, this is done? So point of reference, like Chris always says when he watched, remember in the episode, I think it was 537 at the end, you were strapped to the man cave cog and the hologram popped up. Chris always says when he watched that, I think even in the rehearsal and in the mix, he was like, okay, this is it. When was your moment? When did it kind of hit you?
Honestly, I think like when we wrapped, like once we wrapped and we had our speeches, it was kind of like, yeah, I guess this is done now. Like I never had that thought like while we were shooting, because most of the time I was just like, yeah, we're just filming right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're just having fun. We're just doing our own thing. But once I think we finished it all, it was kind of like, yeah, I won't be back here, you know, next week. This is done now. I think that's when it like really hit.
Well, not to mention the fact, let me just tell you everybody too, we wrapped Sean, and Sean comes up and he goes, okay, my wrapped. I'm like, yeah, you're done. He's like, okay. Disappears for about a half hour. It comes out with a fresh haircut. Like, shave half your hair off. I was like, wait a minute. What if we had a quick pickup to do? You were like,
we're done.
I was like, oh my gosh. I think everybody, once you came back to stage, you had it high and tight in the back and little curls. I was like, well, wait a minute. I mean,
we're done.
If I would have known why you were asking,
baby. Just get a wig on me.
Yes, I mean, look, Nickelodeon said it looking good. Yes. No, it was great. But I mean, if I knew why you were asking me, I would have probably been like, hey, can you just wait a day?
Nah.
Can you just wait an hour? No.
It was late by then. It was so late by then.
Oh.
I was like, dude, I don't want to like keep everybody, because I got my hair cut there by
Joe cut it, right?
So, yeah. So it's I'm not gonna make people wait. Like I also want to get out of here at like 1 a.m. So I can picture everybody else wants to.
Let's see. Renee Peters says, Sean, sing for us, please. Okay, so what did you think about the musical?
The musical?
One of the biggest things we always heard about the musical is, how did Jasper's song end? We never got to hear Jasper's song.
I can't even tell you. I don't even know if I can tell you. You know, it's just kind of, I feel like it would never end. I feel like it would just be a constant story that would never end. But
that's true. That is true. Within Jasper,
on.
He would sing like a Beethoven 9th Symphony. It would go on for like 20 minutes. Like, okay, Jasper, we get it.
Yeah.
I think, is Sam Martin on here? Chris, is Sam in here? I think there was talk about way back in the is Sam in here? Chris just said Sam Martin. Well, there was talk about that Sam was gonna finish the song and it was gonna be like a bonus track on the musical.
Yeah.
And I remember we talked about that, but I don't know. Come on, Sam, where are you? I think she was in here, but someone in there. I think, but I know we talked about it because that was a huge question. Because every time you just got rocking and rolling, everyone cut you off, and you're like, not the time. But you know,
Yeah.
but what was it like doing a musical? Did you It was different. It was out of everyone's wheelhouse. Everything that we did. What was the when you first heard about it? Were you like, oh God, a musical? Or were you like, okay, all
No,
right,
I mean,
this.
I don't think it was like a burden. I knew it'd be like an extra challenge. I mean, I think what made it, I think in the back of our minds, I think what all made it kind of like is everybody was sick at that moment. And
Oh,
like, I think we didn't really get a break because we took that break to spend rehearsing for the musical. I
I
believe.
think so too. Yeah, and
we
you're right.
spent like
Everybody.
we spent that week of hiatus like just going in and practicing the choreography, getting everything down a bit. So by the time we came in to rehearse, it was just fitting in with the set and getting the lines down pretty much. But yeah, everybody was like sick for that entire week of our break. I think Jace was sick, Riel was sick. I think Michael eventually caught it. Like it was just it was just passing around.
It was horrible, and that's the funny thing. Everyone talks about, like, there's that saying, "The show must go on." Well, show must go on. I mean, that's just kind of what we did. There's that great picture. There's that great picture. Poor Steve Hafer, our director for the episode. Steve directed the musical, and at one point looked over and like you, Jace, and Michael were like, I mean, sacked out on that man couch.
Was that episode that we were just sleeping on that couch?
Yep. I mean, out like a light. And I remember we were like, okay, guys, we're going. Steve was like, let's go. And you guys like, okay.
I woke up now. Like, where am I? What year is it?
I mean, it felt you guys were out like a light.
Yeah.
Michael, we put a little bed for him in Henry's living room that he was crashing out on. He was so tired with it. So what do you here's the other question I have for you so when Ella became, we just talked about this, when Ella became part of the Man Cave crew, it got crowded in there. I mean, there was a lot of us. There was 6 of us at any given time. Was it because it then became, because it always was you, Jason, and Coop. It was, I mean, you, Jace, and Coop, and maybe me sometimes. But it was always, I think Riel and Michael would be sitting there like, just staring at you guys, and they'd be like, are we ready? And you're like, oh yeah, let's rehearse. Okay. So when Ella got on board, I feel like it gave Riel like a new alliance. What did you think when Ella came in?
They kind of clicked together they would do their own thing while me, Jason, Coop were doing something really stupid, something really dumb.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like we did. Yeah. I can't even, I can't talk about all that.
I would love to know how much footage there is of us just screwing around on
No. We don't want that.
Send it to me private.
All right, let's see. I'm going to look for some more questions here. Let's see. Here's a great question. All right, so 51 Drews 51 says, how did Jasper talk Spanish, or was it jumbled words?
I mean, no, it wasn't jumbled words. It was Spanish. I mean, I know a little bit of Spanish. There were some words in there that I had to kind of perfect, but I know a little bit of Spanish, so it was kind of, I wouldn't say easy, but it was simpler. But yeah, that was all Spanish.
Yeah, I was gonna say
probably not perfect Spanish, but Spanish nonetheless.
But we got the point.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, we got the basic gist of it. Let's see. Someone just asked, D Reckless, did you understand the Spanish when you were fighting? Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sean, how's the Spanish? There you are. Oh, the slurring, that became a big one.
Yeah.
All right, here's one. Because obviously there's all kinds. What is your favorite song in Henry Danger the Musical?
Maybe Cooper's first song about like how he doesn't like musicals. Because that was pretty funny to watch Coop do. Also, a lot of Frankie's songs were really good.
Oh,
a lot of those are really well done.
Frankie Grande.
I can't particularly remember one off the top of my head, but they were all. I remember them all being probably some of the best parts of it, honestly.
Yeah.
But Coop's little solo there with about cats was definitely funny.
Meow 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 meow. I mean, that was, oh my gosh. There's a ton of people on here now saying, can you say something in Spanish?
No.
Is that? Nope.
That's Spanish for no.
Oh wow. You
See,
just wowed us, man. I totally set you up, and then
no, no is Spanish for no.
Sorry, everybody. All right, next question. Let's see. What was your? Oh, okay. Here we go. Hannah. Hannah, she makes a lot of great comments on my posts and everybody. She's a huge fan. So Hannah asks, what was your favorite scene to film? 100. No, look, it's 128 episodes.
Yeah.
That's like 2,050 scenes. Come on. There's got to be something that just comes to mind.
I mean, I could just easily say the fight scene because it was a fight scene, but
no, I know. Did you want Jasper to go on more fights? As we kind of as we went through it, were you like, was that a big, when that finally happened, where you were like, yes?
Yeah, I definitely think it was fun. I definitely enjoyed it.
You were good at it.
Me and Vince, our stunt director, have always talked about like me getting into possibly fights and stuff like that, which we finally got the opportunity to do at the end. And so, yeah, I definitely think it'd be fun to do more. And would I want it? Sure. But I think the having the fight at the finale was nice. I think it was kind of wouldn't say like kind of the end of an arc in a way, like a character arc.
No, I agree. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, and Chris just said you crushed it. And that was the funny thing was, it was the talk of the stage that week because you hadn't done as many, stunt fights or whatever. So when you were doing them, and more importantly, when you were doing the fight scenes, like for run through and rehearsal, everyone was like, dang, this guy's got moves. I mean, it was cool to watch. I mean, it really was,
Yeah.
I mean, Coop and Jace, they've been fighting for years, but to step in, how did you memorize it? Did you memorize it because I'll tell everybody right now, and this is I'm going to give you a little tip into the Henry Danger set. Sean Fox, all the directors would say this. When Sean would lock something in, it was done. I mean, it really, no, I'm not blowing. I mean, I'm not kidding. I mean, it was like, that was the big talk. It was like, all you have to do is tell Sean once, and Sean would be like, yeah, okay, got it. And it was like, that's it. And then from that point on, you got it. So for the fight, did you memorize each move in your head, or was it like, I'm starting to ask, it's like
a little bit. It was almost like a routine or a dance, because obviously it's not real fighting. So it's not like I have to think of a move off the top of my head. After doing it a couple times and you kind of get the rhythm down and you kind of know what you're doing, it's kind of like a dance. Like, yeah, okay. It's kind of like I'd have steps in my head that I kind of pieced together. And I knew, like, oh, at this point, I got that. It's almost like, for me, it was almost like memorizing lines. It was like, oh, I know at this point I do this. So it was just kind of, oh, this happened. Oh, I now know in my head that this is coming next, or this guy's going to do that, which will influence me to do this kick or something like that. So it was just kind of a pattern in my head that I kind of memorized, yeah. Okay.
Did you ever, because I was asking Tommy about this yesterday, when him and Coop had their epic fight that you guys are going to see tomorrow night, Coop clipped him a couple of times. He hit Tommy once in the head, and I think he smacked him in the ribs. I think Tommy caught him once. Did you ever get hit or accidentally hit?
No, I don't think either or. There were some moments in the fight scenes where it got close, and I was like, oh, whoa, did I get too close there? And they're like, no, you're good. I think the stunt guys were like, if we get hit, we don't care. Like, we're good.
Oh my gosh, the stunt guys.
Yeah, but
that's a whole different.
There were some close calls, but I don't think I ever got hit, and I don't think I hit anybody.
All right.
Unless it was like the movement, like I grabbed them or something like that.
Yeah. And just so everyone knows, you did not go through the window at Junk and Stuff. I mean, just
as much as I would have loved to.
Oh my gosh. Can you? I mean, I can't even. When the stunt guys get going, I mean, their hearts must be. You get up in the morning, you're like, what are you gonna go do at work today? I'm gonna get tossed through a glass with a little mini,
explosive.
I mean, how's that?
Explosive that's like 2 feet away from my body, and I'm going to just jump and fall maybe 4 feet onto the ground through glass.
Yes. Oh, Chris Dangle's here. Hey, Chris Dangle. She just said, because the stunt guys are tough. Yeah, they are tough. Sean's tough too. Oh, Grassmeyer said, Ryan said you punched him in the chest once. Oh, Ryan, just rub some dirt on. You'll be fine. Let's see. Let's get some more questions here. Okay. Let's see. Someone just, Cooper the Fan Barnes 10. Why did you get an alien baby on your face? Well, because Cooper gave birth. That's why you got on your face. let's see. What date did you do this? Let's see. Oh, here's one here from Abby. How do you relate to Jasper? That's kind of like, that's right. That's the quintessential acting question. Like, Sean Fox, how are you like Jasper?
I don't really know if I could say I'm like Jasper in a way. I don't know. Maybe in a way that like sometimes I'll just say random stuff that's on the top of my head, and I think Jasper does that sometimes as well.
Oh,
I think that's about it.
I'm so sorry. You said sometimes you say random stuff off the top of your head.
Oh wow!
I'm so sorry. I didn't.
Yeah,
sometimes. Yeah. Spoiler alert. Sean says what's on the top of his head all the time.
All the time. Anything comes up, it's like, hey, just gotta let you know.
I mean, there'd be times when all of a sudden you just say it and everyone's like, okay. I mean, like I said, you kept us honest, my brother. I mean, that is, oh, how did it feel to get rid of the curls? Says
it felt
the great.
liberating.
Yeah. Because I remember when you came out, you kind of started, it was season 4, I think, season 4 when you combed it out?
I think after season 3 is when I got like an actual like professionally like straightened, and had that kind of look, and then we started playing around with it in the season. I mean, half the time I wear hats and stuff like that, so it kind of flattened out itself and kind of straightened.
You're a hat guy for sure.
I think it was around season 4 that we like officially was like, yeah, let's straighten it, let's do it, let's get rid of it.
No, it was a good look. It kind of showed how Jasper was growing up too, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I'm gonna let you go. Real quick, Allie and Laurel are on here. And Ella talked about it. What you're a kid on a TV show. You got to go to school. Allie and Laurel are your teachers. They were
if
the
I
best,
say anything
right?
wrong, I'm gonna get very hurt. Bye, Allie and Laurel. It's definitely a different experience, but Allie and Laurel definitely made it a fun, different experience. They tried to make it as, not worky as possible while still being school. And I think it was good memories for what it was, because I know some people don't like, homeschool. Some people have different mixed reactions, but they definitely made it, like, we had field trips. Like my birthday, we went and like visited a different stage for like Overwatch, which I really like. So they definitely tried to make it as fun as possible for, 4 kids, in a room doing school on computers. So they definitely livened it up. And I think towards the end, we really, we had a lot of fun. Like we would have discussions in class, just not even like related to school sometimes. It would just be like just world discussions, or we'd ask questions and just get on topics. And that was a lot of fun, honestly.
Yeah. Allie and Laurel are amazing. Yeah, they were. And you know what? I mean, for your graduation day, when Kim Sherwood, our producer, she came up to me and she's like, I got an idea. We're going to graduate these kids. And it turned into really the event, in my opinion, of season 5.
Yeah.
And just seeing you guys in your gowns and caps and walking down, and that, to me, that's a highlight in my head. I mean, of the season. It was I don't know, it represented a lot, right? I mean, just here we are at the end, you guys graduating, characters graduating. It's pretty cool stuff,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it was definitely interesting. Wasn't expecting it when they told us about it, but I was like, oh, okay, sure,
all right,
do it.
Someone just asked, was the fight scene? Yeah. Nickelodeon official fan. Oh, as said, Sean, how are you? Well, he's obviously doing very well. How are you? Are you gonna watch the? Oh yes, Chris. And how about the drawings that John Gordon did? Those
amazing.
Do you realize, by the way, those pictures they drew? John did those. Those were all individual. I mean, they literally
we were looking at them, and like some of them were slightly different. So it's like all of them literally are like one of a kind, because he hand drew all of them. Some of them might have, not in like a bad way, but like they're just different in certain ways. And it's like, wow, like these really are like one of a kind each. Like they're replicas of each other, but they're one of a kind.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. I just thought that was, I thought that was amazing. I mean, we were all blown away by it. And we heard about it, and we were like, he's gonna do what? And they're like, well, yeah, he's gonna, draw them all individually and blah blah blah. And I was like, well, okay.
I wish I could draw that good.
Oh my gosh! You know what it said? It said it took it. Ella Nickelodeon. It took 12 hours. 12 hours for each one of those. I just think that's.
I'd lose my mind.
I'd lose my mind. I mean, it would be, I don't even know what I would do.
Yeah.
All right, my brother, I'm going to let you go.
All right.
It's always awesome chatting and seeing you.
Yeah.
Next time I hear a motorcycle go flying past, I'll
You'll
think of
hear
you.
it. You'll hear it.
All right, love you, my brother. We'll be.
Adios.
I've been seeing you soon. We'll see some more to each other, and peace out.
Adios.
All right, adios. Okay, so that was Sean Fox, everybody, and someone else is on here. Oh my gosh, she says she's crying. Let's hope she doesn't come on crying, for goodness sakes. All right, so without further ado, we are going to go live with Rielle Downs, everybody. She's coming. Waiting for her. And yes! I'm 3 for 3. Rielle, I did it. 3 for 3.
Yay, you did it, Mike. Congrats. We all showed up for you.
Oh my gosh. I'm so glad. It's awesome to see you.
You too. I know. It's been a while, so it's nice to like connect and
I know.
and also get to go live and do this is really fun. So
yeah, I mean people she said she's crying.
yeah, I was crying at Ella's comment. Because she's a funny person.
Right? Ella's the funniest person on set, right? I mean,
yeah,
hands down. I
for
mean,
sure.
No
at least
one...
for me, like I just feel like, sorry, I'm trying to turn up my sound. Our humor is very similar, so we would kind of always like riff off of each other's jokes. Like the boys had their thing and like their jokes that they would do, but Ella and I had our own like little subsection of like random jokes and stuff that we would always do, and like, yeah.
yeah. Well, okay. Well, then that's my first question. So I don't think anybody was happier on that stage to hear that Piper knew the secret and was going to be in the man cave.
Yes, definitely. Oh my gosh, because I feel like, I mean, obviously the man cave is always a fun place to be, but after so many years of it being just me and the guys, and like, you know, they had like their jokes and they always had their stuff. Sometimes I would kind of feel like, you know,
God bless you.
So
I mean,
it was nice to have like another girl in the man cave and just someone who like I really get along with well. To kind of have fun with.
Oh, I mean, there was times, I can't tell people enough, where we'd be doing a scene and Cooper, Sean, and Jace would be screwing around and Rielle would be standing there behind him going, say the line, say the line, say the line. Because they wouldn't, they just kept screwing around and Rielle would be standing there going, please, I'm begging you, say the line, just say the line. And they just keep, so once we got Ella in there.
Seriously, like, and then at times we would both be like, okay, can we get on with it? Like, can we get on with it? Because at times I would get hungry. Like, I'm trying to have lunch. I'm trying to, you know, so, yeah. There's a lot.
That's what I was just asking Sean. I mean, you know, you're right. That little triumvirate of him, Jason, Coop would just be, I mean, even, and I'm not innocent. I jump in, believe me. I know I did.
I
but
jumped in too.
I know. So I have to ask you this, because I asked Ella this, and I think Ella's still on. So I joked about how in the mornings, and I've talked about this a lot, in the mornings, like I said, Jace, if he had 2 socks on and, you know, some type of shirt, good day. Cooper, you know, if he combed his hair, it was a good day. But you and Ella would show up 8:30 in the morning looking like right out of the designer store. I mean, how did you, I said it all the time. You'd always walk in, I'd be like, Rielle, how? It's 8 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, sometimes you have to slack in every now and then, but
yeah, I mean,
we tried our best. I mean, I feel like everyone has their thing that makes them feel, you know, good whenever they're at work or whatever they're doing. Yeah. And for me, it was just like fashion. Like I just loved wearing stuff that like made me kind of stand out, or just something that I felt confident in. So that was like the way that I kind of like to express myself. And Ella too, we both were serving looks together, and yeah.
Absolutely.
At least for run through days, I feel like you would definitely catch me lacking on table read days sometimes, because I'm also kind of a late person. So sometimes in the mornings I'd be like brushing around, like, what do I wear? And just like throw on whatever.
Yeah, throw on whatever. You come in like perfectly styled. Like, don't, oh my gosh.
Thank you, Mike. You're so
I was always, oh my gosh, always amazed. So how did that work? Ella and I were talking with, and I think Chris Dangle is still on here.
I hope. Hi, Chris, if you're here. I love you.
I think she was. Come on, Chris, say something. Your style. How much because I know Chris was great with talking with Ella about, like, she was saying how Piper was evolving, and Charlotte evolved. You evolved. I mean, you started at what, 13 and ended the show at 18. That's a lot of time, you know, just
a lot of time.
Yeah. So how much? Because I know when you came with the braids, I mean, that was awesome. And Chris Nowak, yeah, Chris, yeah, I know Chris is always like, I should have done it earlier.
I know. But
was it a great conversation with Chris? Like, how'd your wardrobe work with Chris Dangle? Did you guys discuss Charlotte's looks and all that fun stuff?
Well, we would do. Oh, Chris says she's here. Hi, Chris.
Yay, Chris Dangle.
Yeah, we would. I guess with fittings, we would. I guess like we wouldn't have like big discussions about it or anything, but during fitting, because I feel like we had a good understanding anyway of like what I like. Like we have pretty similar styles anyway. But after each fitting, we were kind of like, she would always ask me, what do you like out of this? Like, what do you feel confident in? And I'd like that. I'd always get a say in it.
Yeah.
So that was nice. But there really wasn't anything that I didn't like, you know? I feel like all of the outfits I kind of always felt really good in, and I always loved Charlotte's style. So, you know, it was just a great, great experience for sure. No,
it's awesome to hear that she collaborated with you, because I think, you know, I've always said with you guys, especially like directing, we could never, you know, Charlotte better than anybody. You're Charlotte, Charlotte's you. So I always wondered, like, in, you know, with wardrobe and everything else, it was the, you know, makeup, everything, your hairstyle. I mean, I liked how you said it made you feel more confident, made you feel more in that character. And I think that's important, right? Because if you don't feel, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely feel like you have to feel your best on set, and like I feel like it does make a difference in performance, I guess. Like those days that I would come in and kind of do myself up more and wear outfits that I planned out, like and felt really good about myself, would be the days where I feel like I performed at my best as well. So I feel like there's definitely a connect with those two. But yeah, I'm glad I also got to work with like makeup and hair sometimes. Like the first time that I had those braids, and then like talking about how in the last 10 I'd get to like have braids and like do a few different things and a lot of different styles. Like that was really fun for me and my mom, because she would have to do less work.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Ellie rocked it. She did awesome with your look too. Yeah. Yes, Mama was great.
Credit to my mom.
Well, I think when a lot of people, I don't know if they know this, you design your own clothes. I mean, a lot of the stuff you wear, they're from here. They're from Riel's head. I think that's how is that a creative outlet for you? Is it a passion for you? What's the draw to designing fashion for you?
For sure, both of those, I guess. And I've been doing it ever since like I was in kindergarten. Me and my best friend have been like just designing. I don't actually know where it came from, but I'm glad that it's something that kind of carried through into now, because I can use it, and then like I have a platform to show that type of stuff to. And like when I go to certain award shows, I'm able to like use that as one of my creative outlets, which is really fun. And I'm actually working on something for the KCAs, but even though it's been postponed, but you know,
I know
about that.
Oh yeah, I long for the day to see you and Ella with an orange blimp together, raising that thing up, because that's how it should be. I mean, gosh, I love that you guys were nominated, but I'm like, no, not together. So I think the only answer is to give it to you both and have you both stand there. And
yeah, I think they'll do it, right?
I think so. Right? Well, Nickelodeon's watching. Nickelodeon's on here. You know, Kids' Choice Awards. Nick, just make it happen. Thank you. Oh, Allie's on here too. Allie, I just saw Allie's name. Allie's on here. Allie and Laurel.
Oh, everyone that is on here that I know. I feel like it's hard to really know who's here, but hello to all of you. You know who you are.
I know it's going quick. Well, you know what? That sets it up perfectly, because Sean and Ella, you know, you guys, and with Jace, but he turned 18 sooner than you guys. How was it, Allie and Laurel? I mean, the schoolroom, I always thought it kind of was like a sacred ground. Like none of us, we were all very aware of like, we don't disturb you there when you guys are in there. That's your safe space. Can you, I mean, what's it like going to school? I mean, Allie and Laurel, anyway, praise them, because I love Allie and Laurel.
I literally praise them so much, because I feel like juggling work and school at the same time, especially as a kid, is like, at least started out really difficult. And like the transition from going to real school to having to do it kind of by myself, I know that was hard for me, because like self-regulating and all of that stuff, but they definitely helped make that a smooth transition and like helped as much as they could. I'm trying to think of like school memories. We've had a lot of fun times in there. Jace was oftentimes sleeping before he graduated in the corner. He would just be taking a nap. I don't even know. So that was happening.
You know.
Ella and I would get caught a lot for being on our phones and texting each other in class, which,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I apologize for that, but I would get distracted for sure. And Sean was always really tidy and like kind of was doing his work all the time. I mean, I would catch him lacking though. I definitely would catch him doing like, you know, watching YouTube videos sometimes. But I mean, we all had our moments, but all in all, it was just a fun time to be in there. And like, we did get work done. So yeah.
No, we were all of us very aware of when you were in there. Because what people don't realize is you need to get like 3 hours of school a day. I mean, 3 hours. At least. And sometimes you would get 5 if you could do it. And also while getting 5, it's like, you know, look, I get people who are in school or other kids in school go, oh gosh, 5 hours. But you did 5 hours and then you did another 4.5 on set. I mean, like it's a juggle that look, I didn't know when I was a kid, and I've watched all of you go through it. I just think it speaks of maturity that is beyond me. We all talk about it, how you guys all pulled that off.
Have done it, honestly. Like, although it is like a lot of work for sure, I feel like we have so many people like you and like the ADs and like the directors and like just everyone who works on set and teachers and everything that always help us through it, especially having our parents there as well, to help us through it. Like, it makes it so much easier just having like a big support system. So I feel like it wasn't actually as hard as it may seem when you say it out loud, you know?
Yeah.
But
it's
it was
in practice.
For
I'm
me,
telling you.
waking up early was probably one of the hardest parts because Lord knows my sleep schedule is not the greatest. But other than that.
All right, so let's see. I'm going to take a couple of questions here. So let's see. Let's see. I just passed one that I wanted to ask you myself. Well, this is what everyone always asks. Riel, how can you be so amazing? I'm throwing it out there.
I mean, no, that sounds not good.
No, I know. I'm joking. No, you know what it is? I always tell everybody, you were always the first to come to set. You were always, I mean, Chris is going to jump here in a second. You're the most professional. You always, you knew your lines, you knew everything. Did you go home and like memorize everything? Like, what was your process, you know, to figure out how to, you know, come into work every day with your work?
Right. I mean, definitely in the beginning stages, it'd be a lot of me and my mom kind of just like running the lines over and over again until it sticks. And we had a lot of practice of that since I've been acting for so long. We were kind of used to doing that type of work. And then as it got later, I feel like your mind kind of gets used to learning lines that quickly. And then after a certain point, I mean, you still do your own rehearsal throughout the day and whatever, but I think it got a lot easier to memorize and recite the lines because it's just kind of ingrained in you now to kind of have that process. So yeah, I definitely say that I'd go over it at night and try to like read it as much as possible, but after a certain point your brain just kind of does it, you know?
Yeah, no, I do get it. I know it's kind of like you do it long enough, it becomes like autopilot. Is that the right word? Maybe.
Yeah, kind of.
You know?
Yeah, sure. Because after like 6 years, like and especially since you know how the character would say stuff now, because it's kind of like is a part of you. It just becomes a lot easier and more fluid for sure.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, well, that's what I always say. Like, no one knows Charlotte better than you. And what's great about Chris was, you know, when we would do run-throughs and stuff at the in that season 5, you guys would always come up with different ideas, and we would be like, oh, let's keep it, let's do that. And then Chris and the writers would come down and watch, and they were like, yeah, let's do. You know, I mean, that was kind of a fun. I loved our creative process. Like, it was really a community of, because everyone was all about the show. Everyone really wanted the show to be the best. You know.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I feel like as time went on, like it started with the show kind of telling us what to do, which obviously makes sense. But
sure.
but as time went on, we kind of got a better understanding as well of like what the show is about and like what things would work, and especially Jason Cooper with their characters.
Oh yeah.
Their characters are a lot with them just like being goofy and being silly. They came up with like so many bits that I'm glad got to be in the show. And,
oh gosh, tons of them.
Tons.
Yeah. What was I've been asking everybody this, Chris, and as a point of reference, Chris will always tell us in I think it was 536 or 537 Game of Phones at the very end when Schwoz is scratching it and the big Omega weapon pops up.
Oh yeah.
And Chris talks about that was the moment where he went, okay, this is ending. Like this is we're done. Do you remember? Is there a specific moment where you kind of had your own like, wow, okay, this is it. This is going to end.
Yeah. I guess so because, I'm trying to think. I mean, definitely once we heard that we had even like the extra 10, I was like, wow, okay. So like at that point we kind of knew that like, okay, this is definitely like the end of it. Like, we didn't expect to get any more episodes than that, but
no.
I'd probably say the same as Chris. Like I feel like at that point when it was like right before the final 4, like part 1, part 2, whatever, I was like, wow. Like then it started to really set in for me as well. So I feel like that was the point. But something that Ella said as well was that it was kind of a slow burn. Like I feel like since I did see it coming from that point, like it was definitely like an eased into it type of thing. So it wasn't like, which I'm glad I didn't have to get like shell shocked by it or anything. But for sure, I feel like when the Omega weapon came out, that was probably the point I was like, wow, this is ending. And as much as you can prepare for it, after 6 years of doing it, it's so ingrained in your mind that like once we ended even, I was like, this kind of feels like we're on hiatus, you know?
Oh my gosh. Yes. That's exactly how I felt. I remember, we shot late that night. I think it was like 2 a.m. when we wrapped the whole thing. And I remember driving home, getting home and waking up the next day and being like, well, when did we go back? Like I think maybe for me, I don't think I ever really bought into it. I was just like, well, Omar's going to come down and say 10 more, or Chris is going to come down and say, no, we're going to do this. Oh, we're going to do a movie. But this is it. I mean, tomorrow night, the Henry Danger, it's done, And so I remember waking up the next morning. I think that's when it hit me. I was like, oh, wow, there's no more, there's no more emails with scripts. It's, this is it. Yeah.
For me, it was definitely more of like this is crazy type moments. Like, I feel like people react differently. Like some people get really sad. Some people get, but for me, it was more just like, this is just wild, like tomorrow is the last day. Like, this is just crazy. Like, cause my life is going to change. Because for the past 6 years, I have been going to this every day. So I feel like just making that realization was just like, oh, like, wow,
Yeah, no, I know. I hear you. Well, everyone's asking a ton of questions I go through here. And I know it's what everyone wants to know is, what was your favorite episode of Henry Danger? And I joke because I'm like, well, you have 128 of them. So just,
I know. That question always gets me.
Just pick one. But is there one that kind of stands out? I mean, is there any one that, I mean, I remember when you were, this was a while ago, I still love your Terminator, when you were, when you had the black jacket on, that may have been first season, when you were like throwing Jays to the ceiling. I just loved that episode because it was so, Charlotte's in charge. You always were in charge. But anyway, anything stick out? Any scenes,
That's always been a hard question for me because, like, if you know me, I'm like super indecisive. So it's hard for me to like choose. And especially since there's so many episodes, there's like so much to choose from. But I do think that one does, the one that you said, the like Terminator episode.
Loved it.
Because I love doing like stunts and stuff like that. And that was like one of the main episodes I got to like do different stunts and like crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I know that massage chair was fun to shoot. I guess like there have been like, and there have been many after that, and that have a lot of like jokes to it, or where we got to kind of riff and do our own thing. And massage chair is kind of one of them.
Yeah.
But like had some really comedic moments. So probably that.
We laughed a lot during that one because that was just that was like one of those I call them zany Henry Dangers where we weren't fighting villains. It was all about you guys, and it's such a simple little thing as, here's a massage chair. Ray is always Ray. Ray's ego takes over. And then you guys have got to like, You guys can pick
Yeah.
up the pieces. And
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I that's why those episodes are so funny. That's why, like Theranos Boot, when you guys played, playing two different characters, playing the cat. Like I love watching you guys
Yeah.
play cats.
That one was fun too. I always love, as you called, those episodes where it's kind of just us and we kind of just got to riff off of each other, and it was very comedic based as opposed to like lots of storyline, which those were really fun to do too. And
Oh yeah.
other episodes that were really fun would probably be the crossovers. Like, since we were good friends with the Game Shakers cast,
Oh gosh, yeah.
was very fun. Thundermans 2 and Night Squad and just all the crossovers we did too.
I'm sorry, I'm just watching Ella on here. She wants to meet Justin Bieber.
She wants to meet him so bad. The gag is she's met him like 2 times before, so.
Well, actually, this is a good question. This just hit me because I get asked this a lot from family back home. What celebrity would make you stutter? What if you met someone, who would it be where you were like, I
Right.
who would it, like, Ella's obviously Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
I don't know. What is that even? What do you think?
Oh man, probably. I mean, I feel like Rihanna and Beyonce are 2 people that I would just kind of.
Oh.
And I almost met Rihanna one time at the BET Awards. I was so close to her, but she was crowded. So, and I just was like really nervous just because I feel like they're just such powerhouses. And Michelle Obama as well is just amazing. So I feel like those 3 are tops.
I met Michelle Obama. I worked on the iCarly episode when she yes, and oh my gosh, I mean, a presence. And when she came onto set, she shook hands and joked about the green screen. She was just lovely, absolutely lovely. And everything, I mean, there are just certain people that have that thing, and it just oh my gosh,
that presence,
yes, just amazing. I would argue, and I'm gonna say it, you guys all have that. I have sat here and watched.
Really?
Oh no! I mean, I've watched you, Cooper, Jace, Ella, Michael, Sean. For all of us that watch the show, or that could be a part of it, it's one thing to be in the camera watching you, but it's a very different thing to be inside it and watching you all grow up, particularly you guys as the kids, and watching Cooper grow up. He grew up, no, maybe a little bit. Well, I mean, he got married and had Ripley, so I guess you could argue that grew, but otherwise he's still a man child. But that to me was what the finale was all about, watching you guys grown up and seeing what's going to happen next. I can't tell you what. There's not enough words to say how proud I am of all of you. It's really something. I mean, I could barely get through saying goodbye to everybody, and I think that was the reason.
It was pretty crazy that whole like last day where everyone was kind of wrapping it up was wild.
Yeah, it was.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say it was like you say, it was surreal. I think it's the only word I can kind of give it. I was joking with Ella too during those last run throughs. Everyone would be okay, but your mom and Rebecca, every time I would turn around, they'd be like crying these tears. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this.
So funny.
So,
my mom would be like filming everything. That's what her thing was, because she always like documents. So
yes.
I would turn around and she'd always have a camera. I'm like, can you, But I am happy that she videotaped it, though. It is nice to like have all those moments. And then Rebecca would always be like crying, which I get, and just it was crazy.
I know it was.
It was really, really funny to me.
It was. The last thing I'll ask you, and then I'll let you go. What because everyone always wants to know about the musical, because in season 5 that was kind of, I would argue, one of our higher points, only to say we were doing something so different that, let's keep it real here, that most multi-camera sitcoms really don't do. They don't just wake up and go, we're gonna do a Seinfeld, we're gonna do a musical. Like, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Did you like the fact that it was different? Because I know, like you say, you're always singing and grooving anyway. Was it a challenge? Was it just, did you hear about it and go, I'm in, let's do this?
Right. For me, I haven't really, like, I do a lot of, I guess I like singing and dancing, like when it's like by myself, but I haven't done a lot of that in like front of other people. So I was pretty, and like I'm not like introverted, but okay, yeah,
No.
I think I'm. So I guess for me it was just like I was nervous to kind of have to do singing and dancing in front of people, which I haven't really done before, or I've done dancing more, but especially the singing part, I was like, I just want to make sure that, you know, I sound good and that like everything is good, because I was just kind of nervous.
Yeah. No, I know.
But
you guys all rocked it. I mean, I mean, I still, one of the things I always hum is, Henry, you gotta get over here. I mean, that for some reason,
Right.
that always sticks in my head. It's
yeah,
one of the
I
first
know.
things we shot.
The songs will get stuck.
Oh, Sam Martin. I mean, she was a
really amazing.
genius.
And I couldn't believe that like she wrote all of them herself and like recorded all of it. Like that was insane. So
Yes.
to be part of something that I felt like was such a passion project for someone was really awesome, for sure.
Yeah.
And
She loved having you all in the booth. That's what she always said. She goes, it was great having you guys recording.
oh, good. I'm glad that that was fun. I liked recording it too. Once we knew all the songs and we got all the rehearsal that we needed to do, so just the recording to get down, that was pretty good.
All right, I'm going to give one more question, and then we're going to let Riel get back. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay. This is what a lot of people always ask, because I think this is always that kind of like, are you like Charlotte? Like, you know, because you guys you're actors, so you know,
Right.
you don't leave the studio and do Charlotte things.
Mm-hmm.
But was Charlotte easy to play for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, was it
Right. Yeah, I mean, at first, like when it was just the audition process, I hadn't really done a lot of, or any sitcom acting like this, or like multicam acting like this. Like I'd only done movies or commercials before that. So it was definitely an adjustment for me to get there in the beginning stages and like make sure that I'm present enough, because it is very, you know, loud form of television. But, but I definitely say that Charlotte is like me. I feel like we're similar in a lot of ways. Like the sassiness was easy to
gosh,
you know, display, and also she was like really into school and like stuff like that, so that was pretty, like I'm also kind of into school, so that was definitely something, and fashion. And so I feel like we did have a lot of similarities, because playing her became pretty second nature to me pretty quickly, so for sure.
I always said, of anyone there, you were definitely, Charlotte was you were Charlotte. Only to say, and again, I'll say it forever, your professionalism, it was just off the charts. I mean, just the way you always, I mean, you know, you're on time, you came with your lines, and like I always said, and I'll let you go with this, that's what I said that night, you're one of the kindest people I have ever met in my life.
That to you. You're literally the kindest, like just the best, Mike, seriously.
Oh, thank you, Ree. I mean, I miss all of you terribly. It's a part that, you know, I think, you know, you think about the good times, but everything changes, and that's okay. That's good. I'm not trying to be, but but there's, I won't lie and say that I let it go. I miss it. I mean, it was a special time. It was the best of times.
It was,
and
the best of times.
I'm glad we could all do it together.
Yeah, me too. Because to think about like the camaraderie we all had, like we now that the show's over, even though we could all hang out, it won't be like that again. So I'm just grateful that we got to have that time. And I think in the last episodes, especially, me and like the cast kind of got to, since we're like, wow, the show's ending, we did a lot of stuff that we hadn't done before. Like I remember me, Sean, Ellen, Jay slept over at the studio one time in like this big room. Oh, am I not supposed to? My bad. We didn't do that at all.
No. You were, we didn't.
We did order Postmates and stuff though, and like went on walks during lunch and just did a bunch of stuff. So that was like a lot of fun to get to do. But definitely, we weren't at the studio beyond. Not at all.
No, never. It didn't happen. Sorry, Nicola. No, anyway.
Sorry.
All right. Well, hey, Ree, thanks for your time. It did the heart good seeing you. It really did.
Yeah, you too, Mike. Thank you so much.
All right.
And
I'll see you soon,
everyone.
All right.
Love you guys.
All right. Take care, Riel. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, talk soon.
Bye. Okay. All right. So that was the trio. We talked to Ella. We talked to Riel. Talked to Shawnee Sean. It's just so good seeing my friends. I can't tell you. And thank you all for being here and doing this with us. The finale's tomorrow night. I'll say it again. The finale is tomorrow night, and the finale means just that. It's the final. It's over. I'm actually, you know what's funny? Even talking about it kind of makes my heart race, because I know I'm so jealous of all of you, because you are all going to see this with fresh eyes. You're going to see it for the first time. I know what happens. I know how it ends. There's a huge part of me that wishes I could all be you, and being able to see it for the first time and see how all this wraps up. It was a special time. It was the best of times. I can't tell you all how much Chris Nowak, the leader of our show, allowed us all to be, the actors, the crew, everybody, the best that we could be. We all were 1,000% committed to making this finale the best that it could be. And that is no joke. Blood, sweat, and tears every day to make it the best that it could be. And I can't wait for you all to see it. I can't wait to hear all your reactions. Yeah, I'll probably start tearing up now. So with that, I know it's late in Europe. It's California here. It's about 5:30. New York, 8:30. I just want to end with saying thank you for all your support that you've given my account. It's been my privilege coming in your phone every day, showing you just how much fun we have on our set. It's not made up, none of it. We laugh, and it truly was the best of times. And with that, tomorrow I'm going to be back on again, 4 o'clock California time, so same thing. And I'm going to have my very dear friend Cooper Barnes. Cooper Barnes is going to be doing this with me. He's going to be down here. I'm going to be up there. And then also I'm going to have a special guest after Cooper. So with that, I will let you guys all go to sleep or get back to your quarantine. It's important, everybody. Quarantine, wash the hands, right? Take care of each other. Take care of family. If you have parents or grandparents, make sure they're good. Make sure they have their food. Make sure all that community-wise, we're all going to get through this together. But tomorrow night, oh, there's my Karen fan page. Hey, by the way, I have to tell you, for a guy like me, to see fan pages about me is it's really humbling. I don't know what else to say. It's really nice that you take the time to make a page like that. So thank you to the fan pages that about me. It's so weird, but thank you so much. But yeah, tomorrow night, Cooper Barnes, Captain Man, special guest. Tomorrow night, 5 o'clock on the East Coast. The finale is going to start, and for 22 minutes. Remember, 22 minutes. Your popcorn. That's right, Chris Nowak. I'm going to be eating my popcorn loud. And then this. You're going to need it. There's going to be happy tears. There's going to be all kinds of tears. But I'm glad that we all got to do this together. And with that, I'm signing off. I'll be back tomorrow, 4 o'clock. And that's it. Henry Danger, the finale, tomorrow night, Nickelodeon. Same Danger time, same Danger channel. You know, I say it all the time. And that's it. All right, gang. Peace out. It was a great chat. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And yes, Chris Nowak, hashtag 4 words. It's what the show was all about. All right. I will see you tomorrow night. Thank you, everybody. Bye.